We're here in Chicago for a football game, so why are we outside a baseball stadium? That's because hundreds of Husker fans have filled Wrigleyville in anticipation of the Huskers game against Northwestern tomorrow. The only time the league can practice in Nebraska is during the summer months here at Woods Park. This 10-meter platform is one of only two in the entire state. Even though Crick might be a long shot to win this year's U.S. Open, he still hopes to represent his home state of Nebraska well at the event. Man, nice shot. Kevin, how about the job by the Big Ten Pitcher of the Year, Tatum Edwards, throwing a complete game in the circle for NU. She gives up only 2 hits while striking out 11. Yeah, it's a must-win if you listen to Bo Pelini. He said the Huskers, after that loss to Ohio State, they have to win out. And that starts here against Northwestern after their bye week. The Huskers need a great performance. It's the rubber match. South Carolina and Arkansas doing battle for the third time in 5 days, but this time it's an elimination game. For every practice, for every game, David Monroe has a courtside seat for Lincoln Southwest basketball.
He's just right there with us no matter what, if we're up or down, he's always there.
Monroe, who serves as the team's manager, has physical limitations which prevent him from playing on the team. Diagnosed with hypoplastic left heart syndrome, David was born with only half of a heart.
For me, it was kind of like, well, this is what I have, so might as well deal with it as I can.
Before the age of 18, David has already undergone 5 major heart surgeries, 4 of which happened before he reached his 6th birthday. His most recent one came this past October.
Your heart just breaks for him because you don't feel like they should have to be, facing those things at a young age or any age for that matter. That's kind of your perspective as a parent. You don't want to see him suffer and you don't want to see him struggle.
When you're younger, you don't really understand what's going on. But when you're older, you understand that this is serious business. So, yeah, I guess I could say I was kind of scared.
While at the hospital at the University of Michigan, David missed the first few weeks of basketball season, but doctors told him he wouldn't miss any of the Silverhawks games. This certainly pleased both David and his teammates.
Once he got back, it made things flow much easier. When Dave, one of the kids in the huddle, I can't remember who it was, made the comment of, Dave, you got some running to make up since you missed practice. Just as, they treat him like another member of the team.
During practice, David prepares the gym and runs the scoreboards. And on game night, he prepares the stats and gets the film ready.
You look at Dave and it's like, all right, he's fighting through what he has to. Our lives aren't harder than his, so might as well just stick together.
He just keeps fighting, and he doesn't look at it as a major issue. He just thinks it's part of his, how he's grown up.
And as he grows up, David will continue to face challenges with this condition, but he won't let that slow him down.
I don't think as a person you can dwell on, what might happen or what's unlikely or stuff like that. I think you just have to take one day at a time.
And with each day and every practice, David cherishes them all with his whole heart. In Lincoln, Dave Polzin, 1011 Sports.
Now, your award-winning local sports coverage. Here's 1011's Dave Polzin.
If he can make it there, he'll make it anywhere. Former Nebraska kicker Brett Maher is heading to the Big Apple. Today, Maher inked a free agent deal with the New York Jets. Maher had worked out in front of a handful of teams in Lincoln before the draft, but ultimately was not selected. The Kearney native will compete for the Jets' current starting spot with kicker Nick Foltz. Maher reports to the Jets minicamp in May. Big changes are coming to the Big Ten's football landscape. The conference announced today unanimous approval on new geographical division alignments, which begin in 2014. The alignment was long rumored and is now official. Nebraska will be part of the West Division, joined by Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, Northwestern, Purdue, and Wisconsin. The East will be made up of Indiana, Maryland, Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, Penn State, and Rutgers. Nebraska Chancellor Harvey Perlman saying in a statement on Sunday, "We are in support of this divisional alignment. It is the best option and will serve us well." The Big Ten also announced on Sunday a switch to the conference schedule. All Big Ten teams will now play an additional conference game, 9 in total, instead of the traditional 8 beginning in 2016. East teams will host 5 conference home games during even years, while the West will host 5 during odd years. The shift also ensures that teams will play every Big Ten team at least once over every 4-year span. Bo Pelini says in a statement, the move will help Nebraska's strength of schedule moving forward. On to the diamond for the final day of the TD Ameritrade Classic. Huskers taking on a future Big Ten opponent in Rutgers. Second inning, Blake Headley, RBI double to left center. That plates Cash Kelkowski, 1-0 NU. Headley 2 for 4 on the day. The hits don't stop there. Next batter, Austin Darby, RBI single to right, scores Headley. Darby's 25th RBI of the season. Huskers up 2-0. Still in the second, Tanner Lubach RBI single, scoring Darby. 3 hits in the inning for the Big Red, and the Huskers score 3 in the frame, which would be more than enough run support for Omaha native Kyle Kubat. He goes a career-high 8 innings, giving up only 3 hits and 1 run as the Huskers win this one 3-1. Senior day for the Nebraska softball team. 4 Nebraska upperclassmen all on it on the field before today's game, but Michigan spoiling the festivities early. Lauren Sweet here in the 4th, a solo home run to left, and the Wolverines led 4-0, but the Huskers would respond back in a big way. Tatum Edwards with a runner on just clears the wall and left. Her 10th home run of the season, and you cuts the lead to 4-2. Now to the 6th, tying run aboard. Haley Decker at the plate, and she goes to the upper deck with this one. A 3-run shot to left off the scoreboard. Nebraska takes their first lead of the day at 5-4. Later in the inning, now some insurance run. Brooke Thomason knocking one off the wall in deep center. 2 runs come in to score. The Huskers score 7 unanswered runs and take 2 of 3 from 9th-ranked Michigan with a 7-4 victory. So a good day of Husker athletics all around. Still ahead on 10/11 Central Nebraska News at 9. Ken's back with an updated look at your forecast. Stay with us. Kevin, how about the job by the Big Ten Pitcher of the Year, Tatum Edwards, throwing a complete game in the circle for NU. She gives up only 2 hits while striking out 11. More importantly, she moves her career record here at Polzin Stadium to 19-1. This one might be the biggest, though, as she helps Nebraska beat Northern Iowa 4-0 in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
I just wanted to come out with, like Coach said, intention and set the tone for the game and just get them early. And I know I struggled with that a little bit last week, so that was a little bit on my mind. So I just wanted to come out and throw more strikes.
This is this young lady's first NCAA postseason appearance in the circle. And we have 11 of our 16 players that just played their first NCAA postseason game. Great players make great pitches and great swings and in pressure moments, and these 2 right next to me are great players.
It was the first win for Nebraska here at home in the NCAA tournament since 2007. Coincidentally, they won by the same margin, 4-0, when they beat Iowa. Up next for the Big Red, they take on the Stanford Cardinal, who knocked Nebraska out of the NCAA tournament back in 2011. The Huskers look for some revenge tomorrow here at Polzin Stadium at 1 p.m. Reporting live in Lincoln at Polzin Stadium, Dave Polzin, 10/11 Sports.